It's a journey, y'all. It's called The Journey Within. That's what my friend said to me. She said,
Genius.
there's no greater journey than the journey within.
All right, perfect timing, right? We good? Ooh, well, it looks like it. Yes, we are. Okay. Yo, what's good, everyone? I hope you're doing good, doing great, having a wonderful day, spreading tons of love and light your way. Spirit just told me, like, bring out the purple decks, and here we are. Okay, candles flickering and all. But, yeah, man, I just decided, okay, we're gonna bring out the purples and let's see what it is. Already with purple, I'm getting, violet flame as well. Maybe presence of like Saint Germain. I've also been drawn to a lot of purple before this reading as well. So I don't know if maybe, there's just something about that energy right now. I'm also getting, like third eye crown. If you're thinking about amethyst, I mean, I've got a lot of that here on the table as well. But yeah, let's see what's up with the purples. There's a song I heard earlier this morning, but it's not coming to mind right now. But you know what, as always, we trust in spirit, right? Otherwise, I hope you're doing good, doing great. Welcome again to another episode here on Roots Holistic. We are in our soul medicine series. Just doing the absolute most, man, from coast to coast, getting them vegetables so we roast. I'm all plant-based out here. I used to say getting them chickens so we roast, but yeah, that's different. That's different. So I don't know. You know what? It's crazy. I'll be saying stuff. Oh goodness, we got our guardian angels at the bottom. In fact, let's see what we have at the bottom. But yeah, I'll be saying stuff and I don't even know if it applies to the reading. And then after the fact, I'll like review the reading and realize like, oh snap, like bro, it's all connected. It's all connected. Let's see what we have at the bottom before I get into a shuffle here. Okay, I think there's something to this. Okay, so I got this one out first, then this one, and then this one. Okay, so let's just get it into order real quick. Interesting. And this is, of course, before me even shuffling, right? But let's see. So we have Seven of Swords, and it says futility here. We have Master Jesus with forgiveness, and we have our guardian angels. Interestingly, there I was saying that, there's a lot of purples. And then, I mean, the first cards that we have here also have some purple. And then we have green as well. I'm thinking about basketball teams right now. Purple would be like Lakers and the green would be Celtics. So I don't know if there's something about that as well. But okay, maybe you are a basketball fan, someone who's watching this. But let's see who we've got. We've got Master Jesus, forgiveness. You are on the path of light, love, and forgiveness. Father, healing is possible at this time. We also have our guardian angels. Looks like the angels are coming down towards this person. And a bunch of people are wearing masks over here. The mask is off. Looks like there's a broken heart as well. And then Seven of Swords. Of course, that's speaking to, weapons formed against you. So trials, tribulations, deceit, some type of trickery as well. But yeah, definitely, of course, with it being swords, something of the mind. It could also be related to your spiritual gifts. I mean, there I am talking about like the crown and the third eye with the color purple. So, I mean, that is around the headspace, right? So it looks like, our angels are coming through with something very interesting. I think that's going to be for our crown and headspace. But let's start right here, right? Let's start right here. So, Spirit, tell us what you got for us today. What you got for us today? What we cooking with? What you cooking with? Okay, so first card that we have here is Divine Teachers, and we have Balance there. At the back of this, oh wow, another purple, and we have Divine Mother at the back of that. All right, and let's see what you got for us. Oh my word, you staying behind. Oh, Radha, Soul Flame. Okay, so, oh wow, from purples we're going to green. Okay, so bringing in goodness. And we had two purples and one green. Now we've got two greens and one purple. But you know what? Hey, listen, I'm not about to, okay, Spirit says not okay. You know what? Man? When they say you must listen. Oh, okay, cool. You want me to take this card? Okay, got you. Oh, my ears are going off right now. Okay, Spirit. Okay, okay, okay. We are gonna shuffle this one. Oh no. Oh, this way. Okay. Okay, and what's at the back of this one? Divine Order, Lady Portia. All right, let me leave this over here. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, I just got all these shivers. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, my word. Okay, so we got two greens. We got two purples. Oh, okay. That's just the card side. All right. How should I put this? Okay, we're going to start here with the balance. And then this way, right? I'm gonna go this way, and then let's put this on this side. But my left ear is going off, guys. Goodness gracious, like, I don't know. I feel like this is about to get real interesting. This is about to get real interesting. Let's just put the cards out nicely, you know, so we can see all our, what are these again? Keepers of the light. And we're using also Ask the Guides and Keepers of the Light. These are the oracle cards, and then, or the oracle deck, sorry. And then for the tarot deck, it's this one here, Thoth, tarot deck by Aleister Crowley. All right. Wow, interesting. So balance, divine teachers. Did I not see divine somewhere else? Oh wow, yo, a lot of divine actually is on the table. We've got divine order. We've also got divine mother. So 3 cards with divine, and 3 cards, of course, just with like other figures here. All right. Oh, okay. First card we've got out is the Hermit. And that one popped out. It's so excited. It just wants to be here. Oh, okay. We got 2 this time. What is that? The 8 of Pentacles and the what? Prince of Wands. Okay. Are we going one at a time? I bet. Let's get out all the cards. Okay, you trying to give us the big picture? I ain't gonna trip, gang. I ain't gonna trip. Ooh, Ace of Swords in reverse. Okay, another one for this group. Okay. And we have 2 of Wands for Dominion. Okay, no, here. Are we good? Okay, looks like we are. And on the back of the deck, we have the Fool. Okay, we're gonna start here with the number 0. Wow, okay. So, Fool, right? New journey. There's something new that we're about to embark on right now, team. And, oh my goodness, you know, my crown, my nose, everything's just like going off now. Oh, okay, let me sit with this, because wow, I'm just feeling a lot. Okay. Let's Spirit wants me to like relax for a little bit and just feel into this. Okay. Yeah, let's breathe, man. Let's breathe. Let's get hydrated. Okay, so something new is coming in for sure. And you know, earlier in the reading, when we looked at the initial cards before the shuffling, I saw a heart being broken, and now a heart here is being given, and in return there's a gift that's coming out of that. And of course, with this being balanced, we have the Libra scales there. What's that saying about if you weigh your heart or like against the feather, and you know it actually balances out, then you are like, I think, like absolved or free of sin, or you know, of good intention and things like that. So it looks like, you know, again with me just being drawn back to this Fool energy here, it looks like because of your good intention, because of, you know, this good time and effort that you've put towards something or someone, I don't know, just a pursuit, something that you've been, you know, putting energy and focus towards, there's a new journey in that. And oh wow, look at this, we've got the 8 of Wands, and it's coming through quickly. Wow, what a nice surprise. I mean, also with me seeing the rainbow there, I'm thinking about a rainbow being all frequencies, all spectrums. So all colors, and then also how we have a rainbow after the rain. So, it's like, oh my goodness, I'm saying, but I'm trying to get to where this is coming from. It's because it's coming from the crown, right? We were getting all the purples. So it's like, interestingly, how the first ray or beam of light there is the white and the purple, and then it like works its way out all to the other spectrums or other colors or other frequencies. And it's like all of this mental work, or all of your connection with the divine as well, like, through your crown and third eye chakras. It's like you having been able to see and connect with that is what's bringing about this new journey, and it's coming through with the swiftness. It's coming through really quickly. So I think this is just a confirmation of a new beginning, and how this is actually bringing things into balance. It's like this could even be like two parts of yourself. It's like you put love into your gift, and then the gift put like a present back into your heart. It's like, I don't know, it's like you giving love, but you're also giving yourself a gift at the same time. And it's also like maybe love is the gift, or the gift is love. So, flip it around as necessary. But with this happening, let's say these two shadow figures are within yourself. It could also be that like your guides have been the ones with the hands. They're facilitating this thing to see like, how do we merge these two people, or these two aspects, or again, these two parts of yourself. So this could be you and another person, you and yourself, you and your spirit team. But it's definitely coming through as like a merging of sorts. And, with the scale, with both sides, they are bridged, right? They are coming together with some connection. Spirit saying that there's something else here. Okay, so no, it's actually, okay, Spirit wants us to get real specific this time. This is actually, okay, whoa, I'm shaking all over again. Goodness gracious. So wait, this is, okay, Spirit is actually just reminding me of something right now. And it's like, as much as we have like a big and great collective, the messages, I think, going forward are going to be very specific. And as much as I am like loving everyone in the space and everyone needs to be here, I also realize that like we're at a point where Spirit wants us to get like very specific on certain messages for certain people. Oh my gosh, I just realized I've got an angel on my top as well. So definitely, like, listen, Spirit's always here, always facilitating. But right now, the Spirit's actually confirming that this is us. This is like, a gift to self, where this is the light body working with the shadow body. And there are two parts of the shadow, and those two parts of the shadow have finally met each other and are able to actually work with each other. This is giving the energy of like living with your demons, or carrying, those dark aspects of yourself, and realizing that it's not something to shy away from, but it's something to embrace, because there's something in that has love in it. There's something in that has a gift in it. So, okay, looks like we're just gonna go straight in, right? So it's like, it's interesting because, balance, and there's two figures here, and I'm seeing this Hermit card, and it's like, you having spent so much time on your light body brings about this balance where you have, gone on that journey within, which is what I like to say we're doing here on Roots Holistic 13 and 18. And oh wow, I said 13 and 18, and 18 it's double of 9, and double, it's caused there's two figures here. So it's like you went on like two journeys within yourself, two dark night of the souls, two reawakenings, two awakenings, whatever you want to call it. But it's like you having uncovered both of these aspects within yourself. You could even think of it as like masculine and feminine, but it's not coming like that. It's coming through as just two dark aspects of yourself, or two parts of yourself that you had once shunned or put away. And you discovered this in this journey. And, as I'm looking at this Hermit card, I'm looking at how it's like it has these, different shapes or figures, structures, if you want to look at it that way, pointing in different directions. But as all of them go over one another, one day we've got the bridge, the connection, but then in the middle it makes this diamond. And diamonds are like, diamonds in the rough, diamonds get uncovered. I like diamonds so much, I actually tattooed a diamond over here. Okay, not putting my arm all the way straight so you can see it nicely, but with me even thinking about that, it's like, how diamonds are formed and what under pressure, and it's like you having been under pressure, you having been in this school, this teaching, this learning, very much aligning with the hermit, because there's so much to discover, there's so much to uncover, and there's this galaxy outside of ourselves, which I like to say, but there's also a galaxy within ourselves. So you going in to explore that vast expanse within you took you through all these structures, all these peaks, valleys, to find the connection, to find the bridge, and actually balance it within yourself. In this card, I'm seeing, what is this like? It looks like a three-headed fox. I was about to say three-headed dragon, but I mean, there's only two paws there, and it has like three heads. So, I don't know. Something's drawing me to this. Okay, let's actually look at this image one time. I hope you guys can see it too. Wow. Ooh, okay. Okay. So it's like, with this having three heads, right? It's like these two parts of you, which is the shadows, which are also people. And then granted, there's this hand of this one person who's holding the shadow. So it's a presence of three energies now. So it's like you and your one dark side and your other dark side are now coming together, and they're going to act or perform or come together and working together with these hands, with these two paws, right? And even with me in this moment having to pause and like take the time to like chill a little bit. What's this sign? I think it's Sagittarius. I don't know if somebody is a Sagittarius or might have strong Sagittarius energy right now in your chart perhaps, or just within your space. Maybe somebody around you is that. But then this hermit, now it's interesting that I'm seeing that this, while I was looking at this as different structures, this could also be that light that the hermit carries. It's like, the lantern or the torch bearer. And I'm seeing that hand carrying this light, and now it's shedding light. So these little beams and structures are actually like the light refracting. So it's how this journey within has shed light on the shadows. And once the light was shed on the shadows or the dark aspects of yourself, they were given an opportunity to integrate within you. And then look at all the green, right? To be surrounded by love, to be treated lovingly. This coat, or here in the background, is like this red stream, right? It looks like with enough light on it, then it became white. It looks like that's what's happening over here. So, if I'm thinking about it, like, the chakras, like the rainbow that we just saw, it's like we can move from the crown, from the root all the way to the crown by shedding light on those parts or aspects of ourselves to actually like balance all the chakras. It's all the way through. So yeah, there's just something very important about how this journey within was able to illuminate those different parts. This little line here kind of, it's giving like stethoscope, how the doctors would like put it on like different parts of you. And it looks like you had to nurture yourself from the ground up. Like, you needed to work the way up. And then interestingly, how we have these two hands like lifting up the shadows. So it's like you having dealt with like each chakra or the shadows at different aspects or points within yourself or in your life is what's actually bringing up this balance, because each chakra does have like a yin and the yang side to it. And just as much as we also have our dark and our light, it's like, how can you say, like, in the spiritual community, people like to say we all love and light. But if we don't take the time to even acknowledge that, we have a shadow, angels have a shadow, even our guides have a shadow, like everything has a dark side to it, and it's what makes us whole. And it's in embracing that we become these fully encompassed beings. And that's what we are seeing here, right? With the two sides now being balanced, being connected. And I think this is a reminder to say that, this is to say that we shouldn't abandon those parts of ourselves that we know were uncovered in our journey, because they are also here to serve. They are also here to be part of the mission, right? So wow, it's interesting. It's like, you would think to how, let's say you abandon a certain aspect or part of yourself, but then it's actually important to what it is that you're going to do or what you're going to receive or your journey, your service. But what did we learn, right? Which is all about the hermit. And we took that journey to learn something from that. So when we do learn what it is that made it our shadow, then we can perhaps then start to integrate and learn those lessons and, make it form part of what it is that it introduces or invigorates within our service. That's the word that was coming through. So it's like, you can be all love and light, but as soon as you add an element of shadow or an element of your darkness in it, it takes it to like another realm or another aspect. Wow, that's quite interesting actually. Wait, nothing yet. More. Okay. Okay, so what spirit is actually, I was just thinking about how, someone could perceive bringing an element of darkness into the light as something that's wrong. But how do you come forward as a whole person if you are not coming through with all of yourself, with every part of you? I'm just being brought back to how in this card I saw this egg here and it's like circled by the snake. And why do we want to hide the dark parts of ourselves? Because we're seeing the dark colors, and a dark color or the color black is all of the colors together, right? So it's like oh wow, the darkest parts of ourselves have multiple colors, multiple frequencies, multiple stories, multiple feelings, multiple experiences to share with us. And they've just been encapsulated in certain experiences, in certain feelings, in certain emotions. So why do we sometimes, right, fear the dark parts of ourselves, whereas they are encompassing, which is what I was saying earlier, so much, or that they contain so much. It's like a gift, right? It's boxed up. It's like it contains so much of an experience that has been compressed to fit into something. And now we look at it, with this view of it being such a dark, doom and gloom thing. But if we think of it, like I'm saying, having all the colors, all the frequencies, all the spectrums, all the feelings encapsulated within itself, then there is so much more to actually discover within our shadow. And we should be taking that as an invitation to actually go deeper within that. Because if this snake is, encircling this egg, it's like, what are we binding up that we could actually bring to creation, that we could bring forward into, an ideation, like, just again, something coming new, something coming forward, but then we're going to bind it up with the fear that it's bad or, as perceived to being bad. But really, if we just take the time to shed light upon it, we can see that even in the dark or even in the blackness, there is the green, which is there is an element of love that we can introduce to the shadow. Wow. Woo! You know what? It's so important to listen to spirit. It's so important to listen because I was about to jump to the next set of cards and spirit saying this is actually a part of it. And it's like having taken the time to actually find the balance, taking the time to go on this journey means that you don't move ahead with like parts unresolved or unexplored. Another word was wanting to come through there. Unrequited as well, because we need to love those parts of ourselves, and equally so reciprocal love. These two parts are giving themselves or giving each other gifts. Oh wow, again, it's like giving themselves, like I was saying, this is like two parts of the same thing or the same aspect or the same person, the same shadow, but it's of course, coming through as like, something had separated it, but now it's the union of it because of this bridge and this connection, and the candles are just going off for a bit there. So wow. Okay, we got the number 36. I don't know if that's what's that advert like? It's like a tomato advert, like years ago, like on years ago. Oh my gosh, we're revealing our age right now. But they used to say there are like 36 tomatoes in a bottle of tomato sauce. And I'm just thinking now how how they were pronouncing the name, or the number 36 was like kind of cool, and it had like a bit of a slur to it going there. And I think, it's just reminding me of the beauty of an advert and how childlike it is. And also, we're coming through with the sauce, like tomato sauce. It's red, of course. You think of it as bloody, you can think of it as the heart, as a rose. And I mean, here the red is the gift, red is the heart and the love. And sauce, of course, it's a condiment. It's something that we can add to our experience, add to what we, partake in or intake in. But then sauce, the other way, is in our divine guides, right? The God, angels, guardians, ancestors, who are clearly here today. I mean, I didn't even know I was going to be doing this reading today, but here we are, right? Beautiful, beautiful Sunday morning. I hope you're having a good day. But as always, these readings are timeless. Whenever it finds you, I think it's meant for you. Yeah. What are we saying? Is it about the reading and the timing of it? Yeah, again, getting back to what I was saying earlier about the messages being specific. It's like, as much as I'm saying it's a timeless reading, it will apply to the person at the time that is meant to apply for them, right? But again, I know this is not going to apply to everyone. So just a reminder to, have a level of discernment. I think if you know that you've been doing shadow work, if you've been going on that journey within, then you know which parts of yourself are being balanced. Those two shadows, or the things that maybe, let's say you had like two hobbies, two pastimes. I mean, I don't know what it is. I'm even getting, let's say, like you and two children, or you and two, I don't know, businesses, like, again, ideas, right? But it's like there are two parts of your being, your existence, or even feelings, right? Maybe there's like love and hate, and your love and your hate finally can like collaborate. Okay, of course I'm realizing that rhymes, but it's just a union that is taking place between those two aspects of yourself. And if you know you've been doing that, then I think you'll know that, okay, it's time for those two things to come together and unite or reunite. I'm getting that song by Peaches and Herb, reunited, and it feels so good. Reunited, and it's understood. Okay. Oh my gosh. Now I'm being led to check what those lyrics are. But okay, I don't want to stop the video though. But anyways, listen, Peaches and Herb reunited. So we reunited. Oh my gosh, it's such a lovey-dovey song, right? It's a beautiful affair. If I'm just like tapping into how it feels right now, it's like those two parts of you are, finally getting to meet each other, embrace each other, again, collaborate, because why were they separate to begin with? And the lesson in this was to love all those parts of yourself. I mean, I'm even seeing at the back of the deck we have Divine Mother, and it's the number one. We're always thinking of God as like, or most of the time, God is, oh goodness, now my back is all itchy. We carry this notion or this idea of how God is a masculine or male figure, but now, with it being shown as this Divine Mother, and me even scratching my back, I'm just getting how, our mothers would carry us on our backs, oh my goodness, our mothers would carry us on their backs. But we now, oh wow, yo, this is like, yo, my word, it just blew up in my head. It's like if we are carrying our mothers on our backs, right? It's like we are old enough or at the point where we can actually mother those parts of ourselves. But I'm also getting that there's someone in this collective who perhaps was supporting their mother or is supporting their mother. But I mean, at the back of this deck, we are seeing the mother in the background, and then there's a heart, or it looks like an apple, and then the child is here in front. So it's like you are carrying the love, of course, with me thinking about it from the back moving forward. So it's like the love is being brought forward. And this could also be that presence of God being the female aspect of God. Because I mean, if we, like I was saying, that we always view God as a male, the other side or the shadow side, not saying that, the shadow side is the mother, but you get what I'm saying, like dark light. But the other side of a full being is the masculine, or the other side being the feminine, just flip it around. But it's like now the motherly side is coming forward to say, hey, we got this love for you. You could also be like what, the apple of my eye, that's giving that type of an energy. But it's like this journey that we've taken is putting us at a place where we can finally love that part of ourselves, or mother it, raise it up such that we can offer it not only love, but those parts of ourselves can actually come together. There I was saying there's like, a three-headed fox or dog or dragon, like I was saying there, and now we see these two figures and then this child. So it's like now you can love those parts of yourselves as your older version, as your older self, which I think is really nice. It's like those parts of you were separated when you were younger, but now that they're older, they have different gifts to learn. So it's like, let's say you are merging anger or like fear and anxiety, but then as you grew up you went through other experiences with your fear, and as you grew up you went through other experiences with your anxiety, and then now that you've healed those parts of yourself, your anxiety and your fear have two things, like different things to teach each other. Like, oh, hey fear, hey anxiety, like think of these energies as being actual like energies, people, things, like having their own personalities, having their own light and their own shadow. So fear has like a positive aspect to it, fear has a negative aspect to it, dark and light, and so does your anxiety. But now they can like work in tandem and teach each other things. So it's like fear will teach anxiety how fear can actually be a motivator for certain things, and then anxiety can teach fear how to like do breath work or something, like, you get me, like how to like calm down. But wow, it's interesting, like wow. And you know what, I'm thinking like, let's move on to the other cards, but Spirit's like, no, like we got so much about what's being balanced right now. Wow, that's amazing. 32 minutes in. Yo, man, this is crazy. What? Okay, granted, we spent some of the time shuffling and introducing this message, but whoa, there's so much focus being brought to how much balance we've achieved, guys. Like, it's crazy. More purples, and we have the guardian angels. What? And we started with this. We started with this at the beginning. We started with this at the beginning. Wow. With me even seeing it in reverse right now, I'm being reminded about how the reading started, and I was saying that, hey, this is a uniting between like you and your guides, and I was correcting myself to say, no, this is actually within ourselves, because our guides are always with us. So this to me is coming to as a confirmation that no, we are already with our guides, and this is a time for us to like acknowledge what we have done, because it's so beautiful to be like in collaboration, in co-manifestation, just all the co's, right? Because it's, coming together, you and your spirit team. But what about the parts of ourselves that we have done so much work on? And I think Spirit actually wants us to see that. It's like, do you see how much of a balanced person you are now? Because of all that work that you've done, because of, having done this shadow work, this integration within yourself, and now you are ready to take this new journey, and it's going to come through quickly with the swiftness. You feel me? It's gonna come through with the swiftness. And what is it? The Prince of Swords. And oh wow, this is coming across as a reminder to like not go in the wrong direction very quickly. So it's also, you know, having a lack of discernment. That's what's coming through. So it's like, yo, it's like things are gonna be moving very quickly, but again, you don't want to move very quickly in the wrong direction. So yeah, just keep your bearings is what's coming through over here. Okay, one more behind this one. Let's see what's up here. Healer, guys. Ooh, and oh, my right hand side is just shivering so much right now. And okay, number 5, and I always relate that to change and loss. You know, it's interesting how on this journey we have to let go of some things. I'm just thinking about that phrase, like elevation requires separation, and you separate from, you know, people, places, habits, behaviors. And while at first you might just think that it's a loss, I'm not gaining anything from this, what you do gain is the healing, is the guidance. And you know, with the hands there, it's giving very much like a portal as well, like your hands being a portal. Perhaps also you do some type of healing like with Reiki and so on, but it's like there's a bunch of healing that comes through the work, your hands, or you being able to let go of something and opening your hands to this portal, to this love, to this recognition of who you are. But of course, we're seeing that the hands were opened and opening to the light. Okay, maybe two parts of the collective. So for some it's happened, for some it's happening. But yeah, very interesting to see it in this way. Oh goodness, where was that? Here we are. Very interesting to see it in this way. And I mean, we're getting quite a lot of hands over here. I mean, hands with the portal, perhaps the hands with the portal to the shadow to open up. And then from the hands, what came from this dark, from this purple and this blue, as we're seeing, was brought into the heart again, into the heart space, into the light. So very interesting, very interesting. Again, I don't think that's fully where this is all about, but I think there's just something to embrace in knowing that, you know, when we make space for healing, then we are shown these different parts and aspects of ourselves. One more, okay? Ooh, guardian angels again. But it was death in reverse. Oh, wow. Okay. So death in reverse would be what? Revival, coming back to life, restoration, rebirth. Okay. So, okay. So if I look at loss and the death together, it's like you making space or letting go of something gives an opportunity for something to be reborn or, you know, revived. Wow. So there's a recovery of, oh, look at that. Recovery, reborn, revived. I was like getting all the re's now, and I was getting all the co's earlier, the collaboration, love, comfort, cohort. It's like, you know, from co's to re's. So, interesting. Earlier I was getting, just now that we're looking at Radha with the soul flame, earlier I was getting the purple flame with Saint Germain. But right now with the soul flame, oh, and then the flame of the candle just decides to like flicker one time. I'm getting how, you know, we all have that fire within us, the fire that burns. I'm getting Tim's Burning, that song. But it's like you don't let go of your ashe, you know, it's like your solar plexus energy, you know, the fire within you. I'm even thinking about how in like most solar plexus type meditations, they give you that visual imagery of like you are the fire, you know, you are radiant, you are strong, you are confident. And it's like, you know, time and time again, you didn't let that, oh, I just saw rediscover. Wow, the reeds, right from the coast to the reeds. Oh my word, spirit, come through. Thank you so much. But it's like, no matter what you went through with your journey of uncovering those shadow aspects of yourself, it's like you didn't let that dim your flame. And it's like you actually brought light, right? Oh wow, you brought the light, like this hermit here. You shed light. You brought the fire to these things to actually give them life, to invigorate them. So interestingly, how, we have two cards here, and they also have a bunch of yellow and orange. So it feels like, the toughest part maybe that was part of this journey was tapping back into the solar and the sacral areas of yourself, which is, of course, where do you put your focus, your energy, your time towards, also your expression, your sensuality, like your creativity, how you show up ultimately, right? It feels like there's a lot about how we have this idea or vision or even notion, or even sometimes a bias, like this is how we're supposed to be. We encapsulate ourselves even in our divine and infinite nature. We try to like pigeonhole who we are, or how we show up, not only for ourselves but even within the world. And if we have such a divine and expansive nature, I mean, just look in the background there with all the blue. It's like we are as vast or as divine or as great or as vast as the seas, right? And then there we are wanting to limit that or pigeonhole that, box it in, like, with these gifts. And it's like, no, why don't we put the love in the gift, or put the gift in the love? Because like love is all around, right? Love is all encompassing. Love is everywhere to share. And our guardian angels are clearly showing up here. The keepers of the lights are clearly showing up here. But with them even just like looking towards us or out of these cards, it's like, can we see these same energies or these same frequencies, these same messages within ourselves, because we are just as vast, right? Okay, but it says here on this card, rediscover a lost, okay, I don't know what, I think, okay, this should do, right? Rediscover a lost part of yourself, experience relationship harmony and healing. Wow, how dope is that it like comes out of this card here? And I mean, these cards are like from two different decks, and there I was saying that like, I must be specific that this is about ourselves, and this is just confirming that. Wow, man. Wow, guys, we've done so much work. We've done so much healing. Like, you know what? I can definitely resonate with this, and I'm feeling so emotional right now. Wow. Okay. Waterworks. Went to waterwork. But it's interesting that before having read what this is about, it just comes back to how before we even get into all the rest of the cards, I think and I feel and I know I can trust, and how we started here, it's just going to be confirmed with the rest of this, and we're just going to get more little tidbits to further confirm that we are who we are. We know what we know, we feel what we feel, and having spent the time to work on the intuition, to work on the connection within ourselves, it's so important that we now go into this right candle is going off right now. So like when the candle like keeps flickering like that, but it's like you or we collective, we are not going to go into any other thing or any other aspect or part of our lives separated, because if we took so much time to reunite, to come back as a whole person all over again, why go into something half-assed or like less than what we are truly meant to be, going into every other experience, situation, engagement, opportunity as a balanced whole person? And why don't we let it serve both aspects or part of ourselves, our dark and our light? And we don't do something just because it's got love and light. It's like, how can my shadow also be embraced in this? We uplift our spiritual side, but we also uplift our ego as well. And I think when we find ourselves in opportunities or places that allow both of those things to exist, then it's even more beautiful. I'm being drawn to, this lotus flower, and a lotus is such a beautiful flower, but it grows from the mud, or it grows in the mud. So look at that. So from something dark, or from somewhere doom and gloom, something so beautiful can come out of it. But then the lotus and the mud are in coexistence, right? They are collaborating, they are working together. So it's like, hey, give me the environment, and then I'll produce something beautiful from that. So again, it's like two parts of yourself having been rediscovered, all the recovered, rebirthed, because you gave way to thinking that, like, you know what, only beautiful things grow on beautiful soil, whereas you took something that would be seemingly unfavorable circumstances or unfavorable environment or conditions, and you were able to birth something so beautiful from that. I mean, just look at this character over here. She's so beautiful, right? And I'm just looking at all, like, I'm getting tapestry as well. So I don't know if you like things that have patterns as well. I'm also getting this that paisley pattern. It's like you see it on bandanas a lot and stuff. So it's like there's a lot of things that can come together, like patterns, a lot of synchronicity. Tongue twister. Synchronicities that come through with these tapestries as well, of course, that rhyme. But it's just beautiful to have things balanced and, taking a new shape, taking a new form from you having taken the time to nourish them or uplift them or discover different parts of them or letting them bloom. Because I see that, parts of these flowers are still yet to bloom, and it's like giving each pattern or cycle or wave, like we're seeing in the background there with the water, but it could also be the sky, right? So it's like giving the clouds a chance to part, giving the clouds a chance to rain, so you can see the rainbows. And then with the waves, like different cycles, like how the tides come in, the tides go out. Wow, this candle is just showing up right now. Okay, we bussing. Okay, I'm gonna take it as that we cooking right now. But a balance, right? Blue, red. I was also getting gangs like Crips, Bloods, but you know how gangs also have bandanas with like the paisley symbol on them as well. So you are now in the balanced gang. You are in the balanced tribe. You know what I mean? So that's just a beautiful synchronicity there. But just coming to these cards here, we have the Eight of Pentacles, and it says prudence over here. Okay, nice emotion there to have prudence. And then we have the Prince of Wands. So this would be the Knight of Wands. So wow. Okay, wait, hold up. What you saying, Spirit? Earth and fire energy, right? But we have these in reverse. The Eight of Pentacles is typically somebody who's, working hard, who's devoted. Of course, here it's saying prudence, but it's, with it being in the reverse, it's like, again, not going into workforce or workful situations, coming full as yourself, but not going into those aspects or places where you are not allowed to be in your full bloom. There I was just saying that, parts are blooming and there's still more parts to bloom. And this plant is coming across as like, being stunted in its growth because, now those parts of it, the purples, the pinks that were meant to bloom out. And how interesting that, these cards are even speaking to each other, because the lotus flower is pink and purple, and so it is here on this side as well. Wow, this candle is still going off. Goodness, the flickering is insane. It's like, why cover up those parts of yourself that were meant to be seen or have this light shined upon them? And we didn't do all this work just to be hidden. We didn't do all this work just for it to be like kept aside or not expressed or not integrated in what it is that we are doing, because now we are being reminded that we did this for a reason. It is part of our expression, it's knowing what to fight for. Okay, we're right on the nose with this. I don't know, I'm getting okay. Outside of that, maybe, I don't know, somebody's got like some sickness. I don't know if you got flu or something. But even with my nose, okay, granted, I was like getting all the waterworks. I was about to cry a little moment ago, but I did cry earlier today as well. But outside of that, I think, with it being winter season here in South Africa, it's like, people got the sniffles and, flu, colds, and all that. But I think it's time to, smell the roses, or in this case, smell the lotus. Like, can you smell yourself, in a sense? And I don't mean it like in a bad way, but I mean like smell the fruits of your labor. Like, take the time to recognize something, like to relish in it, like, oh wow. And was I not saying earlier that we should breathe? Oh my goodness. So you are going to take a breath. I'm also, being drawn to how, when you're at the ocean and like, the humidity or the fresh air that's by the ocean, it's like you just take a chance to like take it all in, take it all in, take in all your lessons, take in all the wonderful things that you've created, cultivated. You know, what was this that I was seeing over here with the swiftness, which is the 8 there. I'm also being drawn to the 8 over here. 8 being, like magic, power, manifestation. So take in your greatness, your magnificence, your power. And with you having rediscovered that, of course, with your flame having reinvigorated them, or shine, shine, okay, that part of you was shunned, or perhaps like, put dormant. And it's like you're not going to shun that, but shine on that. As I look at this, I'm seeing this lion, and this lion is, pulling this person on this carriage. And it's like, in the war times and stuff, like I'm getting the image of the movie Troy or like Gladiator, and they have the horses carrying the carriage typically. And I think it's, very much reminding us of like, with me even thinking about battle and like, the people being in wars. I'm even thinking about like 300 right now, where when we go to war, when we go to battle, we always have a reason or a motivation, or I was getting invasion, as to why we need to take over that place, why we need to, seize the day, seize the moment, carpe diem, seize the day, seize the night, or carpe noctem as well. But we will seize the moment, seize the opportunity, seize the day by remembering our why. Remembering that all the work or the hard work that we've done needs to show, needs to be reflected in this new pattern, in this new tapestry, in this new pattern, right? In this new form, in this new vastness. And why, again, with this is now coming to us like the second set of cards after this one. It's like part of the challenge is to say, can we find those places and spaces where we can let all of those parts of ourselves blossom? Because if we only shine on one part or shun one part, then we are not in the full harmony, not the full healing. And we did see a card that had healing at the back of the deck. So it's like, yo, man, it's so important for us to allow those parts of ourselves to come forward and be integrated and form part of the tapestry or the pattern. Because we wouldn't be whole, we wouldn't be in harmony without it. Harmony, balance again, without it. Because there's that lost part of ourselves that now that it's been discovered, it needs to go with us on this journey. Wow, we're not leaving it behind. We're going into battle with the dark and the light. Wow. Wow. Okay. phases and cycles. Granted, we've got the moon here, we've got Freya, but I was also getting this with the previous card when I was saying how we have like the ebb and the flow of the ocean, right? Of the water, and how the water is, I mean, how it comes right after this, right? In the ocean, in the moon, and the tides. So, moon tides, changing the cycles. Okay, Spirit is saying, whoa, hold up. What is it? There is a beginning with every ending. Illusions are revealed and released. Okay, this is coming through as like the result of the integration. This is coming through as like, you know, the part of ourselves that now has embraced the dark, which is what was I getting it from this card here? You know, the moon typically appears at night, right? And there we were saying that, you know, we're embracing the light and the dark, and even in the dark we have all the colors, all the frequencies, all those feelings, emotions, experiences are captured or encapsulated within it. And it's now that person who traverses the dark, or like, you know, you being able to go into the night, or, you know, this is you being like adept at doing shadow work or embracing the parts of you that were once shunned or not having shed a light upon. And it's you seeing that there is so much value in bringing the moon, bringing the dark into what it is that you're doing, because I don't know, it adds like a little bit of spice, man. It adds a little bit of like pizzazz to it. It's like everyone can, let's say like you're a painter and all painters were like of the light. We might not have any like nuance, any uniqueness, any difference in our paintings if we didn't bring in an element of our shadow into those paintings, you know? So like we can't always paint like happy pictures is what I'm saying. But then even if we were painting happy pictures, those pictures are happier because we now know what the other side of it is like. Like you get to appreciate love so much more because you know what hate is. You get to appreciate peace. Oh my gosh, confirmation burp. That was crazy. You get to appreciate peace so much more because you know what war is. You know, that's what we were just getting right now. Oh my goodness, that burp was insane. Wow. Yo, what a confirmation, man. And you see how I even had to pause and like just like think about it for a second there? Because there I was like relating this message to the previous card. Granted, I mean, it's one reading, but there's something about like acknowledging each part, aspect, phase of or cycle within you for what it truly is. And like in each phase and cycle that we go through ourselves, each of them have certain lessons that they're going to teach or bring forward within us. And what is it that's going to be taught? What is it that's going to be revealed? Was, you know, again, going back to the beginning, and now this candle on this side is going off. Remember, I was saying that this is just going to be confirming what we started off with, the divine teachers. Each phase or cycle is there to teach us something. And when we go through the dark phase, the dark cycle, on the dark side of the moon, the side of ourselves that, you know, we don't always see, we embrace that and find that, oh wow, there's actually something. Yo, now this left candle is just like flickering, boom, 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 boom. You see, now it was like, again, the balance. It was first this side, now it's this side. And it's like, you know, we gave ourselves an opportunity. I'm just looking at her braids as well, you know, 2 braids, balance. It's like a lot of balance is coming through over here. I mean, even with the, okay, I think I need to just get a tissue for a second. Okay, let me just pause here. Hold up. Okay, back. Oh wow, this video actually just paused. It didn't actually stop it altogether. So it was 58:58. So I don't know, maybe that number relates to somebody. But yeah, I was just speaking to the balance, right? How we have like two lotus flowers there, and she's got two braids over here. So balanced shadows, balanced flowers, balanced hair, like just a lot of balance is coming through as a result of this. But just tapping back into what I was saying. Okay, what is this? Oh yeah, there's something on this card. All right. As we cleanse and clear the space, we make way. Oh wow, there I am, like brushing off this card, like that, or not brushing off that, not brushing off the card as in like we're not taking the message, right? But it's like as I move that little debris or whatever that mark was, I'm just being reminded of like how oh flip, and I had it. Oh yes, how we were talking about like making space, and how I was speaking to the loss earlier on, and we sometimes view loss as like something that's very bad, but then we are actually making space for something new to occupy that. And that quote unquote, again with the death card that we saw in reverse, that quote unquote could have been viewed as the ending, but it was actually a beginning for something new to be uncovered, rebirthed, rediscovered in that new aspect, right? And oh, look at that. Did we not just say we're going from all the co's to all the re's? So here we have rediscover, and look at this. Now we have revealed and we have released. Wow, like how amazing, how amazing, how amazing. I love the synchronicities as they come through. I love it. I absolutely love it. Um, we can't like lie to ourselves. First thought that's coming through here with the Ace of Swords in reverse. And whoa. I'm getting number one being beginnings as well. But then again, beginning with every ending. So can we change our perspective on new ideas, new thoughts, new... In fact, it's like, yes, it's like changing your perspective on how something new even presents itself. New connections, new like intuitive hits as well, like new ways of communication. Oh my word. There's like even I think in the previous reading we were speaking to like how sometimes like communication that we really need, some communication that's going to heal us, comes from the least favorable or likely source. And right now I'm getting that same thing of saying like, or a similar message to say, where our new beginning comes from, or what is going to be revealed or released, may come from an unlikely source. But when we just open ourselves to the different idea that our endings are beginnings or our beginnings are endings, then we no longer have like a judgment or a bias of what information comes to us and from where, the source that it comes from. I'm being drawn back to, again, the tomato sauce that I was saying earlier on. And, again, the red source or the red initiating point. So where does the love come from? Where does the blood come from? Like we're not going to judge that. But then also, can we use this sword as like as a sword of truth to still discern and like see these phases and cycles for what they are? Because if a spirit or an energy is really of God, then it must be tested. There's a Bible verse that says something along those lines. But it's just coming to mind right now is that, if something is for us, about us, meant to help us uncover or even rediscover some part of ourselves, then there's a reason why that energy, that thought, that idea, that experience is being brought to us, because there's something in it for us that's going to be revealed or released. Because it's like even let's say like doing shadow work, maybe you always going into healing, but maybe some cycles are just there for us to learn something and not heal anything, or release something. Again, habits, people, places, spaces, behaviors, whatever it may be, you can apply that to yourself. I'm just being drawn now to the crow or the raven, and they usually show that when it's like, again, doom and gloom or dark and stuff, but I view this as a very intelligent animal that can, of course, see things from a bird's eye view. So our view, our perception, our perspective on things changes how we engage with it, how we experience it. And both of these cards have like the darkness in there, like especially here at the top, over here as well. And look at that, cutting through the clouds, cutting through the mist, the fog, whatever could have been an illusion. oh goodness, sorry, excuse me. Confirmation burp again. Look at that with the illusion and the clouds. It's like we've broken through the clouds, broken through what was once confirmation burp again. What was once blinding, what was once shielding. But just to take it back to where I was when I started this. Wait, we're still going? Okay, yes, we are. 105.29. That integration, right, to the dark and the light is showing us where we can now step into greater, into more, into, I'm seeing this as a crown, but like where we can plant our crown. Because I'm seeing the crown, of course, in reverse. So it's like, being put down. But where do we put down, even what ideas? Oh goodness. So there's a lot of ideas here about how kingdom or like worship, rulership is meant to be or be portrayed or understood, received. Again, I'm thinking back to service, as I was thinking to earlier again, where a king, a queen is of service to the populace, to the people of that place. I'm getting it, like, it's so regal, it's so like old, it's okay, I'm not old like ancient, but it's giving that kings and queens rulership, like dictatorships, like hierarchies, and again, worship monasteries. I don't know, it just, this energy that I'm feeling right now is just very old. It's like a dynasty as well, like an empire. It's I think you get where I'm going with this, right? But it's just giving that type of an energy of like how what we once thought as long lasting, and how we become the rulers, the kings and queens of this new realm, this new way of being, is different to what we once thought it was. Because now, with me even thinking about the war example, it's like even when nations go to war, they're going to war with different reason, with different intent or intention. And can we see what that is? Can we know what that is? And understand why. Again, it's giving very much a why. Like, why do you do what you do? Why do you believe what you believe? Or why do you not believe? Or why do you not do? This is just a reminder of the why. And that is also an opportunity, because it allows you to focus. When you know your reason for something, then you can go forward, go into it, proceed further with greater focus, with greater drive, being goal orientated. I'm just seeing like a path, like, a very small circle right now, and it's like it's refined. It's like you pinpointing something, but then it's also coming through as like being goal orientated. Again, like the narrow path. There's also, what's that saying in the Bible where they say something like the path to righteousness being very narrow, and I mean, the sword is also narrow, thin, and it's like you have to like walk the line. And when you know why you're doing what you're doing, anything that's not part of that or not of that is ultimately eliminated, or it falls off into, like, it's kind of giving like a furnace here, like it falls off into the flame, like it's burned away, like it rolls off your back type of a thing. But you are just being reminded that you no longer going to move forward without this balanced version of you. And there's an opportunity that comes from you being this balanced self. Of course, revelation, release. Oh, wow. Wow. Oh, wow. There I was talking about, like, kingship, worship, dynasties, empires, and we have the Two of Wands, and it's like dominion. So what was I saying? Also like a kingdom as well. So like kingdom wealth, kingdom spouse. I mean, if you have a kingdom, then you are a king or a queen, right? And there I was even saying how we view God as masculine, and here we have the divine mother, so the feminine aspect as well. So both parts of you are needed, like I was saying, either two parts of your shadow, your masculine, your feminine, but both parts of you. And the number two, again, starting off with the balance, ending off with the number two with balance again, for you to protect this area. I mean, I'm getting X. Wait, did I not just say something about an X? Okay, I think I did. But anyway, it's all right. We're just going to continue with the message. But yes, X marks the spot. X marks the point of focus where we're going to be goal orientated or pinpoint, right? Target as well. But yeah, starting off with the balance, ending off with the balance. What's the sign? Is that the sign of, I think it's the masculine sign. And if we had the divine mother at the beginning, now we have the divine masculine. Ooh, interesting. Oh, I was just about to say we've got divine at the back, and we've also got the divine at the back here. So it's all divine. And of course, I made that correlation earlier with the divine teacher. And I mean, now it comes together that it's three divines, three heads. Oh my goodness. It's a lot. Oh, but you know what? It's just beautiful. I'm just feeling like a swirling type of an energy around me right now. It's like being encircled or being like enthralled by all the divinities. Like this is divine space, and then being in the divine space as a divine being as well, or divine aspect, divine energy. I'm just being reminded about how when I picked up this card, the first thought I said was like how there's a galaxy outside of ourselves and a galaxy within ourselves. And here's the connection again, further confirming how we started. The universe is with you. But when I read this as the universe is within you. And I was like, oh, what? But like, how beautiful is that? The universe is with you, like outside, but the universe is with you. Like it's with us. Like you and the universe are gifting each other. The gift is in the love, or the love is in the gift. And then wear a cloak of protection and love. And there I was saying, like, we're being like wrapped around. What? Like, this is amazing. This is so amazing. Oh my gosh. Like, okay, waterworks went to waterwork again. Wow, man. Like, this is like, yo, this reading got me in my feels today. Goodness gracious. Oh my word. Like, we are so loved, gang. We are so protected, like, and the universe is with us. Yo. Oh my word. Almoira, awakening presence. Yo, you waking up the waterworks. But if we awakening love, if we awakening protection, then for me that's just two things that we have to be part of our dominion, our rulership, as we take action, right? I'm getting this, of course, two of wands, how with the two wands, the first wand is you being starting this journey of the wands, and it's like, hey, I've got this new idea, I've got this new way that I want to express, this new thing that I want to do. And with the two of wands, it's like now you are planning your movement, planning your action. And what is it, Spirit? What is it? My right is just going off right now. I'm being drawn to this cube. Well, not a cube, but this sacred geometric symbol right here. And I mean, right now, this mat that we're on is Metatron's cube. And even in the background over here in this card, there's also a bunch of geometry as well there. And it is this cube, right? And it is. And it's like, just a reminder of, the universe being with us, how everything is in divine timing, everything is in divine order, but how there are connections that we are yet to make and discover. Like, the heel of my foot is very itchy right now. And it's like, we are yet to even find these new paths or these new avenues, areas, places and spaces that we are still about to go into, that are going to form even greater connections within who we are in the universe, but how the universe even engages with us, receives us, communicates with us, allows us to be not only this awakening presence for ourselves, but even for other people. It's like we are going to create these connections, right? We are going to form bridges for people. We are going to be the presence, like getting into a space and occupying it, showing the vastness of it. I mean, look at the blues and the purples again here, and I'm seeing that also in this card here with Radha. And it's like there's an element just again of just expansiveness, just infinity and beyond that we are going to embrace. And interesting how I was saying that there's a cloak earlier on, and I was speaking to this red stream over here, and then now it's like from red it went to blue, like we moved up those chakras, right? And I was saying again, crown, third eye, and look what's happening over here, where we do see this stream or this cloak now having made it up, not only down the shoulder but around the head. So it's like we are protecting the downloads, we're protecting our thoughts, even how we think, how we speak to ourselves. The power in our thoughts has been recognized, and we are now thinking good things, because it's like you recognizing that you have the ability or the power to birth things or your reality, your experience from your thoughts. So why not embrace that power? My lips are like all dry and stuff right now. Goodness gracious. Yeah, I know wintertime is in effect, bro. Things are all dry. But it's like, again, like, covering things up, keeping things safe, keeping things protected, because you want to shield them, so that when it is time for them to be awakened, to be revealed, to be released, that they are in their integrated form, in their combined form. And it's also coming through as trust as well, knowing that as you take your path, as you create your plan or your blueprint, that your focus, your attention is okay, it's being rewarded. I'm seeing the candles is being rewarded by your, like, there's a reward in the devotion, there's a reward in the commitment, in the focus, and that is what's being enveloped, that's what's being like enthralled, is the word that I was using earlier, by love, by this protection, right? It's interesting how, I'm thinking about when something is covered up, it's like it's the darkness, and this figure is coming through as light. So it's to say that as much as your darkness or your shadow has been integrated, you will know when to bring that part of you to the light. You will know when, I'm even just looking at how there's this, this X here, and then behind it, there's, this weaving of light, it looks like, at the background. Is this Aries? I believe it is. Okay. But wait. Okay, I'm getting Leo as well because of the lion, but okay, I don't know. Maybe that's somebody's sign, or you maybe have a fire sign: Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Okay, fire sign energy. Whoa, it's coming through right now. Okay, wow. And we were saying Crips and Bloods, red and blue. Maybe that's also what the balance is right now: the blues and the reds. Now my head is throbbing on my right hand side. Whoa, I don't know what that was, but it's like, you protecting not only a part of yourself that you've weaved, that you've integrated or cultivated, but then knowing that when it's time to drop the arms, drop the spears, drop the shield, then you'll know how, or drop the cloak, right? You'll know who to bring into this divinity that you have now begun to experience, cultivate, or share within yourself. Because remember, we were speaking about how there was a space open, and you opened up the space to the divine to enter that. And with the divine having entered that space, you don't just allow anything or anyone into that space if it is not meant to elevate, awaken, reawaken, just make things better, form greater connections, not only within yourself, but outside of yourself. So if it is in synchronicity, then it can be part of the city, like, the kingdom, right? There's something just about like what you've cultivated. It's like it's a whole building, it's a whole kingdom, a whole community, dynasty, empire, and nothing can now like penetrate these walls. Again, I'm getting that visual about how it's just saying like the walls, the carriage. There's another name for this thing, man. Shit, what is it? And it keeps like slipping off my tongue, but you get me, right? When these people go to war and stuff like that, but you protecting the crown, the kingdom, the castle, like, and it's you it's you and your spirit team and all the work that you've done. That's what it is. It's you. Wow. Such a greater, like, reason and also version of yourself, and more inspired version of yourself, a version of you that has greater reason, discernment, which we were speaking to earlier, which needs to be like treasured and again wrapped up in this divinity, wrapped up in this protection, wrapped up in this love, so that it can continue. We started divine, we ending divine, all around is divine, inner divine, outer divine. And what is it saying here? Do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding. And again, now we've got more purple, from the lotus to purple flowers. Again, guys, Saint Germain is very like present right now, and that's also like an angel, right? So, yo, I think we're gonna end this off right here. But it's just beautiful. This is just a beautiful thing, that this intuitive nature that you have, the knowing, the understanding of who you are, your place within this great divine, this great expanse. Ooh, look at this. I'm just seeing some synchronicity here. Just like, look at how the edges of these blades or knives, how they're like pointing downwards, and then it's like a bunch of them now are like all around Lady Portia over here, and they like pointing towards her. And look at that with the amethyst, with the purples all over again. So it's like, you exercising your intuition as well as your connection to the divine is what's going to keep things in divine order. But then when you've received the download, or now it's in your head, you now start to feel it, which is taking it to the green, and you start doing what you feel is right, because there will be something that's being unfolded. There's a lesson in that, right? Will we not getting that also with the phases and the cycles? That there's something in every experience, every iteration of what it is that we are going through or experiencing. Wow. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave it here. Let me just take care of myself as well. Whoa, man. Whoa. What am I doing? Okay, no, it wasn't like this. But it looks like things are just gonna get spread out, right? Interesting. Well, thank you for joining me for this spread. I'm thinking back to how in the previous series, we had called it the daily spread. But I think this was a beautiful spread, and the energy is spreading out about. Ooh, look at this. Isis, magic manifesting. And we were talking about the number 8 earlier on as well. Your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming a reality, so stay focused. So whatever that important lesson is that's unfolding, it's for us to recognize that it's actually forming part of what it is that we are doing. Care and compassion, choose to be love, do what is right for everyone involved, offer a helping hand, and more lotus flowers again. Oh, we were getting, the hands, offering a helping hand. I mean, we've got hands here in the Divine Mother, hands here in the Divine Teacher. So, yeah, help yourself before you can help somebody else. That's what's coming through as well. But being the caring one, being the compassionate one, will allow this energy to keep flowing. And again, care, compassion, heart, green, purple, green, the uniting. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for joining me here for another episode here of Soul Medicine on Roots Holistic. Much love, much light. Peace, gang. Yay, yay.